Hi, I'm Justin Jensen, and welcome to my channel. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and may fall again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. Teddy Roosevelt. Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today, October 15th, 2022. I appreciate it. So, let's get it started. We are going to be talking about little Quinton, of course. Such a really sad story, as all of these cases are, but you get to thinking about a little baby taken for what? Because the person who gave you actual life also took the life from you. It's a lot to think about and it's heavy, but we have to give this little boy some justice. Lisa, you said it, in a freaking landfill. And then drops this child in a dumpster, allegedly, and still looking for this child. So I was thinking about this and going over this in my head at 3 o'clock in the morning, laying in bed. Sometimes these things really affect all of us, but doing so much research, it can really, really get to you. However, I was thinking about the babysitter. I was thinking about Billy, Joe. I was thinking about Leilani. And so let's first talk about the babysitter. And I want you guys to hear me out because first I want to say I do believe she did love little Quinton and love the kids. So with that being said, I just don't want what I'm about to say, just erase everything that I don't think that she doesn't care about the kids, because I do believe she cares. You can tell that she cares. Now, did she, well, I'll just say, but was it enough? Was it enough to keep, and it's not, again, it's not just her fault. In every single case where children unfortunately pass, there has to be a system in place, and all systems fail. That is why these kids are dead, is because if this system doesn't work and the next system doesn't work and the next system fails this kid, eventually something happens, right? So that being said, I have a question, and this is my question um, to the babysitter. So she says that she called CPS or whatever you call it there. My question is, did she really? Because if she was to call the baby, or we'll just say CPS, they may call it DHS or something else there. If she did call CPS, then either Billy Joe is lying or the babysitter is lying. Because every single time, my best friend works for CPS, every single time there is a call, you must 100% of the time go check out the case, go check out the family, go check out the child, right? So did she? Because Billy Joe says that never happened. It never happened. And also, the big concern is because the babysitter has a criminal past, she's a felon, right? She's a felon. She should have not technically been watching the children because of being a felon. Felons can't work at taking care of kids at a professional um, nursery or anything like that. Billy Joe is crazy for letting Leilani watch the kids while she was out of town. So, well, the felon is the baby. I mean, well, they're all felons almost, right? When it comes to it. But that's what I'm saying. I just want to know, did the babysitter really call? Um, I mean, I can pull up a record. I have a record right here. Um, give me 2 seconds. I'll pull it up. But she's got, massive. Sorry. It's Diana. Okay. So Diana, which is the babysitter, she has let's look at her record. Let's see what she has. forgery, theft by taking, and she was in jail, or prison rather, for battery, serious injury, and let's see here. October 1998. Uttering forged instrument, utters and publishes as true a false, forged, or alleged record with intent to defraud. Domestic violence, battery again. And then she was on probation. But this is the thing. I'm not saying someone can't change. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, did she really theft by taking, false report of a crime, operation of a vehicle, that doesn't matter, speeding, that doesn't matter, license of a person while operating vehicle, I'm not really interested. I mean, she's got, several things on her record: trespass, petty retail theft, local ordinance, just a lot of different stuff. That's the only thing I'm saying. Local ordinance. Hold on. Okay. She was the most responsible out of. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's not what I'm, again, like I said, I'm not trying to take away, because I do believe she cared deeply about all the children. You can tell from that. But I just want to know, like, did she really call? Because then that means Billy Joe is lying. If you're really right. You're right, Glamorous. You're absolutely. They were all failed. And, um, all of them failed these kids. It is more than just, what is this? Okay. All right. Now, second thing that I would like to talk about. They are saying that police are openly saying that they do not know where Leilani is staying at. Could this be, God forbid, another Brian Laundrie? The thing about Brian Laundrie is the police said, oh my God, we definitely know where Brian is. These police, FBI, are saying that they don't know where Leilani is. They said that they don't think she will run. Maybe they do know where she is, but they're just not saying. But they are openly saying, we don't know where she is. It's been in. How did they? That's what I would like to know. Maybe because she admitted it. Would that be, a reason? I think they know exactly where she is. I think more than likely follow her around. See, I mean, they can follow her around, but there is, what's that address? Okay. Thank you, Vet Girl. I heard the babysitter sold a. Yes. Oh, thank you. My God. Thank you for reminding me of that. Okay. The babysitter also allegedly has been selling her stories. Been selling her stories. There is allegedly that she sold her story to Inside. I won't say the other part. Now, from what Billy Joe says, that is one of the main reasons why she came through that door, busting open the door, saying, I can't believe you. You're talking about selling everything and making a memorial and all of that. So it just seems a little like she made what, $30 a day? $30 a day. I don't know if it was per kid or all together. It's really nothing. She obviously didn't do it for money as far as taking care of the kids. But, I'm just saying, if she's selling these stories, 15 kid per day, that's what it was. Okay. She's selling these stories. It's not a, a good look being so encompassed, being a part of this bigger story. I agree. 30 a day was just being nice because, yeah, that's exactly right. 30 a day was just being nice. That's all it was. She said if people wanted to send money for her to get flowers or whatever in memory, she would. That's what I heard her say. Now, I, I I know that a lot of people have complained that like the local florists are not, they won't deliver flowers there. And it makes you wonder why. Like, why wouldn't local florist deliver flowers? It's business. It's, a great thing that people want to do is put flowers in honor of Quinton, right? So why would they not do this? I don't know. It's a very crazy case. So you would think that they would want, the business and to do, you know, acts of kindness from others, sending flowers and letting people know how much we care about little Quinton. So where they were searching on Girard Avenue the other day, they were searching for Quinton. Leilani has family in that area. And they were searching the family's property. But here is another thing that I haven't heard anybody really talk about. The friend that was picking up Leilani the other day? She lives on the same street right across from where they were searching. So it's possible that Leilani is, with her friend. To me, it's just very interesting. They were searching right on Gerard Avenue, rather, with all of those, all of her family's property, and her best friend lives on that street. No, her female friend. You remember I think it's like the white vehicle that she was in with her friend in that car, and she got in and she had a backpack on as well. That friend. What happened to the daughter? My roommate brought up a good question about this baby. What happens if the daughter admits that she did something to him and she can't remember and he's in the dump? What happens if she's covering up? What happens if she can't remember in the dump? What happens if she's covering up someone else's story because she doesn't know how he died? So I wonder if the grandmother or the babysitter had something to do with it, or the boyfriend covering up. Okay, so this is my theory. We're going to play out the process of elimination. Let's say Leilani was asleep one night, and let's say Zane opened the door and little Quinton went out. He fell in the pool and she found him the next morning. Let's say that happened. Now, if that happened, they would have to have a body to know, obviously, that he drowned, because they would have to see inside of his lungs and do an autopsy and everything like that. So I don't think that happened, in my opinion. I do not think that happened. Let's do another theory. Let's say the drug theory. She laced his bottle where he OD'd. How are they going to find that out, that he overdosed, or she overdosed him, Quinton, without a toxicology report and know he's still dead? My theory is they were covering up the windows the other day, right? They were covering up the windows and they were probably spraying luminol. So they're spraying luminol and they're checking for blood, any secretions, fluids that come from the body, anything. Now, if they found blood somewhere and it showed that there was enough blood to have loss of life from this 20-month-old, it's so hard to talk about, this 20-month-old, then that would prove that he is probably deceased. This is giving me Casey Anthony's vibes. I never got over that case. Great live stream. Oh, thank you so much, Shuby Mom. Thank you. Appreciate you. You're probably not going to get DNA out of the. I mean, there would have to be some. It's highly unlikely that they're going to get like DNA out of the pool, in my opinion. So they have to have enough evidence for them to know that they say, hello, this kid is dead. This child is dead. We can affirm that, right? Oh, thank you, Alabama Mama 4. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And in my opinion, the only way they are going to have to say that with such certainty is they have to have physical evidence. Because this is what they can say. They can say, I mean, even Leilani can say, listen, I did something I don't remember, but he's in the dump. Even if she said that, they will still probably, almost certainly, not say that that Quinton is dead. They're not going to say that because they have to have evidence. And saying something is an evidence. The only evidence is evidence, right? DNA evidence is the only way to prove he isn't alive. Yeah, there has to be yeah. Now, like, but again, like, if we go back to, I mean, a 20-month-old we only have, as individuals, adult children, we have only a certain amount of blood in our body. And with like luminol testing, they can calculate it approximately how much blood loss. And then, they can say, well, this person's probably gone because he or she lost too much blood. Patients, FBI has a 98% success rate for a reason. Patience and smarts. Yes. Yes. They want his physical body if they can recover it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is why there's no arrest right now. They are not going to arrest her until they have a body. They are going to go through everything and try their best to find Quinton. But look at this. If I can find it. Oh, maybe it's... That's a lot. And remember, in the Summer Wells case, they said that, and she was, 5 years old. They were looking for something as small as a laptop. Okay. Now imagine 20-month-old. 20 months old. Right? And this is the other thing. Trigger warning. Trigger warning because he was thrown in a dump we don't know if he's even in one piece. So that can really make it even harder. We have to remember these trash trucks that go by, they compress things. And then they back up their trucks right here. Right here. Actually, you can see it. Look at this. Well, this one's got a flat bed. This one's like a one of those construction things, but they back up and then I've taken things to the dump many times where I live. And then they push everything out and then they go on. They leave. And Leilani, you are fucking evil. To throw your beautiful son in a dump. Evil witch. Evil witch. In my opinion, she's soulless. Absolutely soulless. She is freaking evil. You literally, Leilani, threw your son in a dumpster. They take it to the landfill where vultures literally are over top of these areas. You're the biggest vulture of them all. I don't know how anyone raises two murderers. I don't get it. I'm not sure any of us ever will. If something happened to them, possibly. You know what I think happened? I think Leilani and her boyfriend, they were constantly fighting. Billy Joe has said this. She's filed papers that they were constantly fighting. And I think her and her boyfriend was fighting. And maybe Quinton was crying, had a restless night, maybe wasn't feeling good or whatever. And I think she took out her anger on this child. I think she beat this child, in my opinion, to death. I have twins too. His body is in the dump, but his soul is free from pain and suffering. Amen. 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 I always wonder, I've said this to ICU and people in my, research when we're talking and stuff. Your parent is supposed to protect you. They're almost like a god when you're a very young kid, a child. They can fix anything, they can make anything better, and you look up to them. But I think of JJ and Tylee, Ryan. I think of Quinton and all of these kids who have been murdered from their parents. Can you imagine the moment that these parents are looking at their kid and their kid is wanting? I can't. Their kid is wanting love from their parents. And the only thing they get is a fucking death sentence. That's the only fucking thing they get, is a death sentence. The person that is supposed to protect you is killing you. It is so sad. I can't imagine being those kids. How scared they have to be. How confused they have to be. What, mom, dad, you was just playing, with me, just, thinking how confusing this has to be. You was just playing Uno with me, or, hopscotch, whatever, something. And now they're trying to kill you. It is. Why has our justice system changed so much nowadays and gotten so soft? It seems like today they are protecting criminals over victims. We need to do things like we did in the 1800s. I mean, as far as child murderers or child R's, no mercy. None. When evil exists 4 days ago with her own mouth. Babysitters says she didn't call anyone. Oh, really? I need to check that out, Gail. Because I didn't think she ever did. My opinion. It's very sad. It's very sad. Now, Billy Joe has. Oh, thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you. Thank you so much. The aunt who has them now or given, I don't know. Yeah, no mercy. I appreciate Dolly and Betty. Sorry, I just got an email. Okay. I appreciate Bullhorn Betty and Dolly being out there. I know it's difficult and all of that. I knew that they were getting some criticism for being out there. And, I mean, they're out on the street, they're not breaking the law. So that just, do you think her boyfriend knows what happens to the baby? It is weird that the boyfriend contacted the babysitter and stated her service is not needed, then texted later to ask if she'd seen him. Okay, he was at work, right? What time did he go to work? 6 or before? Yeah, 6 o'clock. Thank you, my love, for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Thank you. 6, okay. I think he knows. I think he knows. I think the best friend knows. Rumors and speculation that he wasn't possibly at work the entire time. Interesting. She knows what he did. Throwing him out in the trash is beyond disgusting. Shouldn't have. Yes. Now, so what they're saying, where is this? I think I have an article. That the reason Billy Joe took custody of the kids. Yes, Danny did pass a lot. You're absolutely right. Well, that's what we suspect. The reason Billy Joe took the kids is because allegedly of mental issues, from what I'm hearing. Now, this is the thing as well. I believe Billy Joe was really doing, probably, she thought she was doing, she was working, she makes good money, and she works out of town a lot. She has a couple campers, and they wheel them all over all over the country. If L was fighting with D all the time and received an eviction notice, would this mom do this for her own selfish reason? Possible. The way Billy Joe yelled and acted toward the babysitter makes me think she had some sort of psychosis at the time. Well, I mean, I'm talking about Leilani's psychic. Yeah, she's psychic. uh, psychotic. I understand. Yeah. I don't think she should have, that it was even remotely a good idea to leave Leilani with those kids, especially if she's on drugs, especially if she's got like I mean, if you have mental issues anyways, and then you have drugs, you're on drugs, and then you have children in the house, that's not a good combination. I get it, you're working, but I also get it, you did take this on yourself, Billy Joe. You became guardians of these kids, and that's that's part of it. It's just part of it. If you took on being a guardian, then that's what you need to do. I mean, find a nanny, you know, something. Would she have done it if grandma was there, other adults in the house, and it still happened? Elle planned this for when her mom was out of town, in my opinion. Interesting. So we have this where this was filed. Okay, and this is Billy Joe Howe, right? Defendant's name, Leilani and Daniel. So it's got redacted, but it's the same address. Please select all that apply. You must select at least one reason to file this deposition warrant. That the tenant fails to pay rent now due thereon. Check. That the tenant is holding said premises over and beyond the term for which the same were rented or leased. Check. That the tenant is a tenant and suffice tenant at will. Check. That the tenant has violated the terms of the lease by. Check. Not looking to be compensate, just want them to move out as quick as possible. Leilani Simon is my daughter, 22 years old, with their boyfriend and 3 kids. They have damaged my property, and at this point, no one is living in peace. This is what she's saying. They were constantly fighting. How much past due rent are you seeking? Not looking to be compensated, just want them to move out as quick as possible. And she signs it, Billy Joe Howe. Okay. So she wanted him out. But could this, thank you, Illusion, for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So there was constant fighting and all of that. Could nobody have called the welfare check on the kids? Surely someone could have, and maybe they would have been removed sooner. Well, so, the babysitter, she did say that she did call, but now I think someone said that she said she didn't in an interview. So, I think see something, say something. That's what it all boils down to. Please tell me that the other children are in protective services. They are out of the house. That, Tracy, that's what I thought too. But now apparently on, I forget what somebody put in here earlier on another channel, she's not saying that now. That's changed. I doubt Leilani completely admitted to Danny, but he could tell she was lying and gave law enforcement info. He's flight for custody for his daughter. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they got a brand new baby. That's exactly right, Danielle. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, too late now. It doesn't change anything. That's why when you see something, you gotta say something. I do not think that there will be an arrest this weekend. I could bet the farm on it almost. In my opinion, there's just not going to be an arrest at all this weekend. Law enforcement is still working, but they are saying they're not actively searching for little Quinton this weekend. I'm sure this has been asked 1,000 times, but was it okay for Leilani to live with Billy in the same house with kids that were removed from the custody? Now, from what I understand, they weren't technically removed by a forceful in like a forceful way. It was Leilani willingly gave the kids up to Billy Joe. Let me know if I'm correct on that, Chad, because I don't want to say that as that's what I understand. And we are getting a call. 510. Thank you for calling.
It doesn't change it. Hi, Justin.
Hello.
I just had a couple questions. That form you put up, I'm sorry?
Sure, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you put up that form that was in the form of a tweet, right?
Yeah.
You there? Yeah, I'm just wondering if you didn't have a date on it, the actual form itself. I saw that it was posted up like, I don't know, October 10th or something as a tweet. I don't know who put that up, but
let me check.
I'm just wondering.
Go ahead.
Just wondering, like, when exactly that actual form was posted asking for the eviction.
Hold on, I'll tell you. That's a good question. Give me a second. Page down. Gotta go back and find it. I think I might have passed it already. 11th. I don't know what I did with it. Let me see here. I don't know what I did with it. I'll have to find it and I'll let you know. But that's a good question.
It's all good. I mean, I figure it's probably truthful. It looks pretty.
It's legit. Yeah.
Yeah. So the daughter and the boyfriend, Leilani and Danny or something, they were actually living in the house with them?
Yes.
And the grandmother got custody of, she has 3 children, right?
Yes, 3 children. I just found it now.
So, okay, go ahead.
Sorry, there's a slight delay between us. I apologize. It's stamped. Let me see if I can zoom in. And of course, it doesn't work.
These 3, not all these children were from the same father, correct?
Correct.
So is it 2 with one and 1 with another? Is that how it works?
Yes, I believe so.
So the only way I can reconcile it is that when she was deemed not sufficient to have the children, and the grandmother was awarded the children, I don't see how all 3 go to the grandmother.
Okay, all 3 children. All 3 children have different fathers. Okay, sorry, apologize.
All 3.
Yes.
So just kind of, it's strange that when maybe the mother did have sole custody at the point that the grandmother was awarded the children, but when it just seems strange that when she becomes deemed an insufficient mother, and that they are going to be institutionalized, I guess, put in foster homes or something, that the actual fathers, the biological fathers, were not awarded the children that they were biologically tied to. How was it the grandmother gets custody of all 3?
To me, it appears that it says September 8th, 2022. That it looks like it's SEP 8th and then 2022. So
okay.
September 8th. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. From just me zooming in on it, that's what it appears.
So it wasn't too long ago.
No.
And so basically by putting that request in, you're basically dividing the daughter and the boyfriend away from the children, is what I feel like is what the grandmother was trying to do.
It's very possible. Yes.
Yeah. Well, abusive people, my father was highly abusive and, just did some crazy ass shit. We had a dog, like a beagle, that would bark a lot, and when my dad would come home, stressed and upset, sometimes he'd go out there and kick him like he's like a football going for a field goal. You know what I mean? Some people just can't control themselves,
Yeah.
You still looking for a date?
I think she.
Right there.
No,
right?
it's
July.
No, it's September. SEP.
Oh, yeah?
SEP. Yeah, September. So when Simon's mom was ordered, she would have to start paying. Okay. According to WSAV, what is it? Has learned Quinton Simon's mom was ordered. She would have to start paying child support on Quinton and his older brother. The judge decision was just a week before the toddler went missing and filed with the clerk last Wednesday morning. So, do you guys think she could have done this because of child support? Would somebody do that?
I don't know about somebody, but if you're mentally unstable, that is unstable is a label for a reason,
No shit. I mean,
I know it might upset some people to the idea of that when someone is highly suspicious, that law enforcement should have the right. There should be a policy that when you have like this percentile of like it's way up there. This person or that person is possibly involved, right? And people go, that rights should be protected. For sure, they should be. And, maybe incarceration isn't the 100% thing to do. I feel like that there should be like, almost like it should start out as a request by law enforcement that these people should be ankle monitored, just to keep a track on the highly suspicious and per that request that they either accept or deny, and usually the acceptance is innocent and the denials would be highly suspicious and kind of guilty. So then you would go to a judge and have them enforce that, and that you tell them that anyone that disconnects these ankle monitors are going to be incarcerated for 2 weeks, just like automatic, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, even though that just sounds kind of strange, but I mean, it's like with Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito, even though the parents weren't able to actually get like a legitimate that she's missing because of the situation that she was in with Brian being on the road, that they weren't able to define and get to the point that they're going to actually tell the police that she's missing because they didn't know.
Uh-huh.
They were able to be put off. I think he ended up showing up like around the first of the month, and then pretty much the internet community was all over it, and it became a big hellstorm. But it just seems like when the police showed up there to talk to him, the lawyer was there. He hands them a card and says, you know what, he's not going to talk to anybody, and then they just walk away. They should have stormed that place, put him in chains, and you know what I mean?
Right.
It seems like there should be a point that there should be a policy that when things are super suspicious, and even though the Petitos weren't able to get that, they should have been able to look back and go, he was a sole person. They were one in the same in, traveling around. He was, and then if he shows up without her with the vehicle and she's just missing for days and days on end, that guy is the number one suspect. You need to get him in chains. Sometimes, it's just plain as day. All right, Justin.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Peace, brother.
3 dot. Thank you. Courtney says people are saying the court didn't actually grant the grandma custody, that it was just a mutual agreement between Billy Joe and Leilani. Zane's father, he says, I want to make sure he's safe. Zane, quote, Zane needs to be with me. I want to make sure he's safe. I'm not sleeping. I'm at the point where he needs to be with me. Even now, I'm questioning everything. Is he hurt? What is he doing? I don't want to get a call saying your son is hurt and going to the hospital, end quote. When the father picked up Zane during the alleged overdose attempt by Leilani, he spotted bruises but assumed they were just the result of Zane being rowdy. After learning that the mother of his young son is the only suspect, the alleged death of one of her children, the father of the child has expressed his extreme concern for his son's safety and stated that he is questioning everything. So allegedly, Leilani before has tried to do a S to unalive herself in front or near the kids, that she was um, going through mental health issues. So, that makes you wonder, like, I get it, the babysitter was there and I think that they were safe with the babysitter. I do believe that. Um, but also, the babysitter can't watch the kids 24/7, right? I mean, Billy Joe, she is out working in so many different states all of the time, living in her camper. So I guess she left them with Leilani when the babysitter couldn't watch the kids. But knowing that Leilani has tried to unalive herself in front of these kids, I mean, that should be something Billy Joe should take extraordinarily into account, in my opinion. And if Billy Joe had to come home, she had to come home. That's just part of it. I don't know if Leilani had a job. I don't know. Take the kids with her or leave with the babysitter, not mom. Yes. Okay. According to that girl, she says Billy got Leilani and de-employment. Okay. Okay, I'll look at that. Thank you. Billy Joe is married. Where was her husband sitting all this? He works, he does the same thing as Billy Joe. They are always out on the road. Do we actually know the text message from Billy Joe was for real and not doctor? It was real, yes. You could go straight to her account when you would look at those messages. Yes. Yeah, it was her. Leilani allegedly was just hired at a liquor store. Great for sobriety. Right? Right, Susie? Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. After he claimed she attempted to overdose, uh, while despondent last spring, Cody Simons, Leilani's ex-boyfriend and co-parent of their son Zane, said he found bruises on his face. He revealed to the U.S. Sun in an exclusive interview. So Cody, who had a sporadic relationship with Leilani before their breakup, claimed he hasn't slept since the police made her the main suspect in Quinton's October 5th disappearance. A month before the toddler disappeared, police were called to the Quintons' grandparents' residence due to a fight between Quinton's mom, Leilani, and her mother, Billy Joe. A police report obtained by WSAV, Leilani told officers on the scene that she was on probation and that she didn't want any trouble. The report states that when police spoke with Leilani's brother, he claimed that Leilani had a history of stealing and using stolen money to buy drugs. The cause for Leilani's probation is unclear. If you look at my cover photo on this video, that is an actual mugshot of Leilani. So yeah. Let's hear. The boy's biological father was not near him during the time of the disappearance. The child's mother and the boyfriend have been working with detectives. So, phone calls are the key. That is what's going to tie this case together. I think after they find Quinton, the 1-year-old boy, Quinton, hasn't been seen since October 5th, which is a short amount of time to collect and process evidence collected from the house and inside the family pool, according to expert Jennifer Koffendorfer. She said checking phone records and any evidence collected from the pool could prove crucial. They're not done with the investigation yet. The experienced field agency, okay, let's see here. 830, thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin, this is Deja Ivy. I just had a thought.
Sure.
Is
Is she allowed to leave? Is Billy Joe allowed to leave the area? Is that what you said?
correct?
Like as of like right now, I mean, is she being detained or anything? Is that what you mean?
No, like is she? Because I know she was a traveling welder, correct?
Correct.
And if she is the only one saying that that poor baby is out at the landfill, who's to say she didn't do something else with him?
I don't think she, I mean, I don't think Billy Joe did anything personally. I mean, uh, if that were true, I think Leilani would be talking out more against it. She wouldn't be. I don't even know. Was Billy Joe? Was she even home that day? I mean, I don't.
I'm not sure.
I think she was out working. Yeah.
Answer that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
But I'm just saying after the fact, because is she the only one saying that he is at the landfill?
No. Well, she is saying that her daughter told her. Billy Joe saying that Leilani told her. Yeah, she was out of town. Uh, Billy Joe was out of town. But Billy Joe told, I guess, everyone, the police, that Leilani said that she did this. She doesn't remember, though, but she does remember that he's at the landfill. Which, to me, in my opinion, I believe she totally knows where, or she totally remembers it. Leilani, I mean,
agree. It's just complete coincidence that she remembers that she done something to the baby, but doesn't remember where he's at.
well, I think she knows. I mean, I think she remembers everything and she knows. I think that's just part of, how she's, you know, working on her, how she's going to be pleading and stuff, that she doesn't remember and probably plead insanity or something like that,
Right.
you know. So I do think she remembers.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's just like a little kid when you get onto them and ask them, well, why'd you do that? Well, I don't know.
Yes, exactly. BC Proud says Billy Joe isn't responsible, but she was responsible for dropping the kids off at the babysitters. Um, yeah, but I mean, you know, if Billy Joe wasn't in town or whatever, you know, then I guess the babysitter came there and got them. You know, I mean, they live real close together, right?
Right.
Thank you, Cork, and somebody else sent me. Thank you, Smiley. I appreciate you. Katie, alibi or not, the boyfriend knows something definitely. I think he knows, in my opinion, a lot more than what he's saying for sure. Is law enforcement allowed to say where Leilani is? Nope. They can't just follow someone around the U.S. Constitution. Absolutely. I mean, they may know where she is, but they are saying that they don't know where she is because, again, you can't just follow someone. Because, I mean, they have deemed her a suspect or, you know, the person of interest, but she hasn't been charged with anything. If you haven't been charged with anything, she can go anywhere she wants. She can absolutely go anywhere she wants. Unless, I guess, a judge says something differently. So, yeah. But, yeah, caller, in my opinion, like, I just, and just don't think Billy Joe had anything to do with that. She was out of town, I believe.
Okay. Well, I just had that thought, and then someone said that she was a traveling welder, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, whoa.
Yeah, she is a traveling welder. That she is. She is. Um, but I don't think she wasn't there during the time this happened. All right. Thank you so much for calling, my friend. Please call back soon. Thank you. Bye bye. Anybody wants to call, the lines are open. Would appreciate it. Or I can drop a link and you are welcome to come up. You just need to show your face from behind. I'll be the only one that sees it, your face, and then you can turn off the camera if you choose. So 307-228-4906 is the number. Yes, kids can be around if caregiver is present. Yes. She's a traveling welder. She big old buildings and stuff. They make incredible money. They really do. But see, look at this. You know, this is where we're looking at. This is one of the areas. You know, it's just insanity. Absolutely insanity. So, I found some TikToks. I do have to mute them because most of them are playing music. Yeah. This is Zane and Quinton's third and first birthday. That's Zane. Look at that. Tell me, what can a person do? What can a baby do? That is so precious. Funding wow. That's amazing. Look at that little baby. Seven 727, thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin, it's Country Girl. How are you?
Good. How are you, dear?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just kind of upset about this.
I know the feeling.
I was watching Bullhorn, Betty, and Dolly,
Yep.
and they're out in front of the house. You know,
Yep.
everybody's going by and putting stuff for memorial and everything. And the only traffic I've seen go up to the house is a white truck and a black truck. It's like just dead completely. Yep. You know, and I'm like, wow, you know, and it is true. Where is the mom?
Good question, huh?
You know, it's so heartbreaking to hear something like this happen to a little boy.
Yes.
You know, it's so unfair. It just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
And I could tell in the beginning it was bothering you, and
it's
there's so many of us affected by this.
Yes, this has been one that that's that pack and play guys right there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
So.
Oh crap.
But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to call in and thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Keeping us up to date and everything. I really appreciate that. You dive right into it, and we can actually get more information, you know, listening to you and other YouTubers than what we actually get on the news.
Yeah, we say, you know, in the news you get like a 30-second to 2-minute clip, yeah. And that's it, you know. So we dig pretty deep.
Yeah, to where you're in tune, you care more, you know.
Thank you. You're very kind. I appreciate your support tremendously.
Oh, no problem.
All right, dear.
And I'm gonna go because if I talk about it, I'm gonna cry. So.
I'm sorry. I know it's rough. Just pray that they find him.
Oh, I know.
And justice.
I know. When you showed the picture of the landfill, that got me. So.
It's hard stuff. It's hard stuff sometimes.
Oh yeah. All right, Justin. You have a blessed day. Okay?
Thank you, my dear. You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
That's that pack and play. Guarantee ya. You know, if you have kids, you got to pack and play, right? Camille, thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin.
Hello.
I was going to ask you, and this may be totally rumor. I'm not sure if I read it or saw it on where they were sitting in front of Leilani's residence. Do you think that this I don't know and all this kind of stuff that she may try to use like a postpartum Andrea Yates type defense? Do you think
it's very possible? Very possible.
Yeah,
I think.
I kind of fear, you know, just when not because she. What I can't remember how old the youngest baby, the one that she just had, is.
Yeah. Yes. It's. I mean, I think she's already setting it up based upon she's saying she can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless she was so drugged or out of her head, probably by her own account, or drunk that she doesn't remember and did something, maybe.
Right.
But, there was other people in the house, so.
Well, have you heard the rumor that I was wanting to ask you about was that she drove him down her road to a trailer park dumpster,
Yes.
like where they had the two big green. Okay, so he wasn't actually in like on their street. He was
Correct.
And did they have video of her there doing or disposing of something?
I don't know if they have video.
Like I said, this is all over her internet.
Texas
rumblings
Wild
of
One.
it.
I have
Yeah.
not heard anyone say that. Is she has a 4-month-old, postpartum depression. That could be a thing. I never thought of that.
They told Andrea Yates' husband she does not need to have any more children. She, with the postpartum depression drop and the psychosis
Yes.
that she had, and I don't know. I mean, it's just, no answer is gonna bring any, comfort. I just hope that I'm him. Just where he can probably be somewhere and not in a dumpster or, a field, something like that, just where he can, have a proper place.
Yes. This baby, he never got this. Just as quick as he came into the world, he left, pretty much.
Right.
It's just
Right.
so evil, so unnecessary. It really is.
And it's so, all you have to do, it's no questions asked. You want to go
Absolutely.
to the hospital, to the police department and say, I can't take care of my child, or I don't want my child, whatever. How hard is that?
Exactly.
You would, but of course we're thinking with rational mind. Well, I have COVID head right now. I've been sick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're thinking, with rational minds that would be easier, but then psychosis does some scary, scary stuff to you if you truly have it.
Yes.
You don't know what's going on. I had a family member that struggled until medication, and I would literally have to sit in the same room with her to keep her from leaving, seeing things that weren't there. It's just.
Did you get 5 memberships?
I did 10. I did 5.
Oh, thank you so much. I found out a way that if I look at the right time through YouTube, I can see it. So I just saw that. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Every now and then my husband has a good month.
You're so funny.
But yes, and I'm sorry I haven't been active this past
Honey,
week.
you've been
sick.
Thank the Lord.
Today, so hopefully I'm coming. I don't think I had it as bad because I've had it before.
Yeah.
Fully vaccinated, all that stuff. But and I left you a voicemail. It's nothing that you got to get back to or anything. I just wanted to check in with you and share some stuff with you. But it's no big deal. Just whenever you have time.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I will let somebody else call in.
Thank you.
I didn't know if that was a rumor or if she had really taken him to a different location.
Yeah, I really don't. No, I think it was that dumpster. I'm almost certain it was.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, sweetheart.
Thank you, my love. Appreciate you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. So guys, I'm going to play this right now. I have to go pee and I'll be right back. Okay. So we're going to play this and I'll be right back.
Good morning. I just wanted to come on here. I know there's been a lot of questions and messages about my record because some troll, some people put my record on social media last night. And that's okay because I have nothing to hide. She said in 1996 and 1998, I had battery. And I did. I do have that on my record. And I do have it twice. And the reason I have that is I was with someone that was abusive. And I finally got tired of it. And I started fighting back. And no, I did not hurt him. He was a lot bigger than me, but I did hit back. So that's where that comes from. Now, there was another incident, stolen property. I worked and someone was selling something. I didn't know it was stolen. They was moving. This was a long time ago. This was over 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And I bought it. And I got in trouble for dealing in stolen property. I didn't know it was stolen, but the cop said you always need a receipt. So I learned my lesson. I'm not perfect, but I've never been in trouble for hurting babies. I've had 6 kids of my own. I've never had DFACs take my kids. I've never hurt anyone. I just defended myself in the 90s. So for them to come on and bash me like they're doing, then they have a really, really big problem. It's not my problem. And like I said, I came on here because I have so many messages, I cannot answer them all. I have answered so many questions, and I just figured this was the easiest way to do it, to come on here and to try to explain. And I don't need to explain, but I feel like for the people that listen to me and that I need to give an explanation as to, I don't know why they done it. I guess they thought they was hurting me, but the devil comes in all shapes, sizes, and forms. So yes. And I don't get any kind of check. I don't get food stamps. I don't get Medicaid. And that's what they said. No, ma'am, you checked all the other stuff out. You need to check that out. I don't get anything like that. And I'm not saying it's bad for people who do. I'm just saying don't lie on me. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video.
Okay, so there we have the babysitter. Hey, Kristen is joining us in the backstage. Could you just show your face for just 2 seconds, my dear? Thank you. You can turn it off now if you want. All right. Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, hon, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Okay, so the timeline that, the alleged timeline that I read, and I put this in the chat, but everything goes so fast, was that after she had baby Quinton, she had severe postpartum depression, and she never bonded with Quinton. And she then, because of that depression, tried to unalive herself, and Billy Joe got custody of Zane and Quinton. And then she went on and had baby Sky, the little girl.
That's what I was going to say.
And I'm just wondering if that depression heightened after having a second baby, and that she did something, because she never bonded with Quinton. And that's why Billy Joe had custody of Zane and Quinton and not Sky, was because she had already tried to unalive herself and then had the third child. And I'm just curious as to maybe, that's just a thought,
I had never heard anyone, talk about postpartum until just that was you in chat that wrote that? I don't know if that was you or not, but anyway.
But yeah, so, I think Billy Joe should be charged because with a crime,
yeah.
because
Billy Joe,
she left those babies in the care of somebody who tried to unalive themselves in front of those children. And now Zane's father's speaking out and saying that he wants to get custody of Zane. And a lot of the reporting said that he was not in Zane's life, but if you read some of it, he did go and have Zane on a visit. That's how he saw the bruises on the face. So obviously, yeah, he did have some more to do with in Zane's life than what he wasn't a completely absent father. I don't know to what degree he was a father, but I know that he was somewhat of a father because he did have Zane and saw those bruises and then said that, you know, he thought it was just them roughhousing or whatever, however he put it. But I don't know. It's sad.
It is extremely, extremely sad. I don't know. I
mean, postpartum is not an excuse to
no,
murder a
it's. I
child
mean, it's not an excuse
at
whether you
all.
bond
She
with your
should have
child
gotten
or not.
help.
I mean, you've got to. You know, that doesn't mean you kill your child. You know,
Right.
it's.
And if you have depression and you try to unalive yourself, then go get help and or whatever, you know, for Billy Joe to like allow Leilani to live there and not be receiving help and all the chaos and the animosity and all of the things, and the kids were seeing that as well. I mean, these kids are ruined. Like, not ruined, but they're going to have issues for a very long time.
Oh
These
my
other two
God.
kids, you know, they're going to have long-term mental distress.
Oh, that is the truth for sure.
You know,
They're
these
gonna. I mean, they're gonna. This is something that's going to affect them the rest of their life, whether
exactly.
or not. Um, and they were so innocent as kids, but this is something, a major, we all have major things in our lives that kind of changes the course
Exactly.
of our lives. Some are, good things and some aren't, it's
Right.
not just all bad things. When you have kids, it changes the course of your life.
Yeah.
Um, when you get married, it changes the course of your life.
Exactly.
When your parents die or you're someone very close in your life, it changes the course.
Yep.
So Billy Joe was legally responsible for his safety. She did not fulfill that duty. She absolutely did not fulfill that duty. I think she thought I think she was trying, but I think she was not. I think she did fail that. She did fail.
Definitely failed.
She put in harm's way. She was informed about abuse and did nothing and continued to leave him alone. Sorry. No, I agree. I mean, I agree.
Those kids are going to need therapy for the rest of their lives, probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Cody, if you would like to come up, I can drop a link, or if you want to call in, you're welcome to, or if you don't want to do either, that's totally understandable. We are all praying for you during this time. So 307-228-4906, it's on the bottom of the screen if you want to call in, or you can just click that link if you want to, but no pressure either way. We would love to have you, but it's
All right, Justin. Well, I'm going to go. But
all
I
right,
just
my
wanted to
dear.
throw that out there because I've been kind of following it through different sources and stuff. And I just wanted to kind of give a timeline of how Billy Joe got custody of the kids, or, alleged what went down and how she ended up with the kids and, all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
all right, love.
Well, I
It was nice
appreciate you.
speaking to you.
Nice speaking to you. Enjoy your
Bye.
day. Okay. Bye-bye. Let's see here. 510, thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin. I want to push back just a little bit on that the grandmother wasn't fulfilling her duty as a guardian, because from what I gathered, the babysitter was set up to watch them. She was called off by the boyfriend. So it's not really the babysitter's position to push back on that. So if they had a routine that the children were to be watched by the babysitter and it got called off, beknownst to the grandmother, that's on the boyfriend, I would say.
That's a fair point. Yes, that's a fair point.
So, when people point fingers at the grandma and she's doing her things that she can't avoid, really, and the babysitter got called off, which was, I guess, what I would assume would be the normal routine. Then, you got to start looking, back at the boyfriend calling.
It is. I mean, it is. It's a fair point, but at the end of the day, the responsibility is for the person who has guardianship. It's a fair point. I mean, the grandmother didn't know, right? She was out working, whatever. The boyfriend, called and said, hey, we don't need you today. Which was odd to her because she watches the kids even on their day off. And so he changed the course of everything. Yes, absolutely, he did. And that has to show some, there has to be some responsibility or accountability there. But at the end of the day, it is grandmother still. Overall.
Sure. But I would say, in my opinion, if I had the magnifying glass on the situation, I would completely be pointing at the boyfriend, being that the boy went missing shortly after he called in and said, we don't need you.
Yeah. I mean, it was a text message though, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not.
I say call to. We're just that generation.
Call to the babysitter.
Yeah. Once you take, responsibility of, as a guardian.
For sure. But I mean, can you actually can you really, really, really focus on an adult that is going to work and has a routine of having a babysitter come in and watch the children?
Oh, I mean, she didn't know, of course. She did not know. But, therein lies the grandmother shouldn't have had the daughter and the boyfriend there watching the kids in the first place.
I totally agree. I don't think that
they're both very fair points. They're both extremely fair points.
Being that she was unstable.
Yeah.
But I mean, another thing, going back to the Gabby Petito and the laundries, that there should be if the babysitter is able to make $100,000 for selling her story, right?
So then,
there should be, laws in place that if you're going to capitalize on missing children or murdered children, that should go into, I don't know, some kind of pool for.
Hey, hold on. I'm getting a call. I want to make sure it's not Cody. Hold on one second. I'm getting a call. 360, thank you for calling.
Yes, this is Darlene,
Hey, Darlene.
and I watch you constantly. I just love you.
Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you.
But I have a question.
Mhm.
Is why did the boyfriend cancel the babysitter? I've not heard why. 'Cause
Good point. I mean,
it was odd that he did because they never do.
That's exactly right. I mean, did Leilani tell him to cancel? And
He didn't question that.
no, which which kind of makes you think he had to know something, allegedly.
Right. And was the baby already dead at that point?
I believe so.
Yes, I believe so too.
Hmm.
Yes. And so why else would they cancel the babysitter? Because it's not something they ever did.
Even on their days off, they
Right.
still had the babysitter.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I've not heard anything of why they did that.
No. I mean,
So
it's
that's just what I've been thinking is, in my mind, is all of a sudden they canceled the babysitter. Well, why did they cancel? Because it's not something they do.
mm-hmm. Yes, and if it's not something they do and not their normal behavior, one has to think that something happened. There's something else involved here, and somebody, meaning Leilani's boyfriend, knows more.
He's the one that sent the text. Yes. Yeah. It's just like that's never been explained.
Mhm.
So this was just something that came to my mind. It's like, so why are they not looking at him also?
I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're just trying to get. I mean, this is the thing. I think they try to get the big fish first, and then
Right.
and I mean, this does not. I mean, to say Billy Joe is out of the woods, that would be
Right.
silly to say at this point. To say,
Right.
I mean, obviously Leilani. I mean, she's getting it,
Right.
and she should.
Right. And I can see the grandmother because she should not have left.
Tracy
with
makes
Leilani.
yes, yeah, that's absolutely true. Now Tracy makes a good point here. Leilani could have used his phone. It's possible she could have used his phone just to think of, oh, it's not Leilani, it's the boyfriend, and he's getting to work, and he said Leilani, don't want to, she'll just watch the kids.
How often do you leave your phone?
Well, it was 5:30. He didn't go to work till 6.
He hadn't left yet. Oh, okay.
Correct.
That's true. Well, I could see that too, but it's still strange to me.
It is.
I just have to say that. Yeah, because.
Yeah. Now, Eliza makes a good point here. Now, he isn't a suspect, and from what I understand, he did pass a lie detector test.
Yeah.
So, thank you,
Yeah,
Quiet
that's true
Mind.
too, but it's just strange that nobody's questioning why did they cancel that.
Yes.
That was just my thought. I've not heard anything that anybody has said. Well, we canceled the babysitter for today because not
Yeah,
something they do.
it's one of those things that is it the chicken or the egg?
Right.
Which one came first?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, well, that was my question. That's all I had. But I watch you all the time, and I just love you. So
thank you. I appreciate
I think
it.
you're wonderful. So I'll let you go so somebody else can call. But that was just my pondering mind.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Quiet Mind, for becoming a member. What do I got? What else do I got this evening? Oops. All right, Kristen, if you want to keep your camera on, you can. If not, then okay, there we go. There we go.
I had to call you back, Justin, because you didn't read my comment, but the other thing that was alleged was that Leilani used Danny's phone, texted the babysitter, and then deleted the text so that Danny didn't even know that the kids were with Leilani. Danny thought the kids were with Diane, the babysitter.
That's a great point.
That is what happened. That was reported. That's the alleged.
Okay.
Danny's alleged story was that she must have used his phone to text the babysitter, and then she deleted that text so that he never saw it. And
Wow.
he thought that the kids were with Diane. He had no idea the kids were
Sneaky
with
Leilani.
Yes,
Sneaky Leilani.
Yeah, that was reported actually a couple of days ago, like 2 days ago on it. So just wanted to let you know that.
That's sneaky little Leilani, man.
Yep. So I just wanted to let you know that was that's what happened with. That's why he's not a suspect, because they were able to prove that the text had been deleted immediately after it was sent. It was deleted off of his phone. They were able to verify that when they did when they collected all the.
So he really doesn't know what happened.
He really doesn't know what happened. That's alleged. Now, mind you,
Allegedly.
yeah.
I mean,
Allegedly,
I
he
don't
does
think
not
he
know.
does, but
I mean, how else would he did pass a lie detector test. He went
right.
down and spoke to police willingly.
Sure.
And then he took the baby, and that was it. Yeah, so. All right.
Go figure. Thank you, my dear.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Guys, why would Billy Joe go public? She told us Leilani killed him and he's in the landfill. Maybe to play up the quote no memory theory before law enforcement named her. Can't understand that part. Look at this little tweet. Let me show you this.
Yeah, baby. Happy.
I can't play the music. I'm sorry. He's so precious.
This journey has begun. Take your gentle happiness, far too beautiful to live. Cross over.
You know, when they're the music was playing. When they're so young and they're, one second. Hello. It's fine. Okay, guys, I just got a call. We are going to have some breaking news in a moment. It's not with this case, though. It is not with this case. It is with another case, though. I'm trying to. Thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate it. I am going to drop a link, and this is for someone. We do have some breaking news coming in just a moment. Whew. No, it's not summer. It's not related to this case at all, though, but it is a case that we have been working on. So I'm going to drop a link. Just got a call. Not Vaughn, no. Hello?
Hey, Justin.
Okay. Let's see here. Hello? Damn. Oh, shit. Okay. I see you. If she wants to call in the number, she can call in the number. As well. Hello?
Justin.
Hello?
How about you?
Hey.
Hey.
Yes.
I was thinking, like, you've done this stream extensively. Why not just cut it off and say, hey, I'm going to go live and start something fresh with your new.
Yeah. I'm probably going to do that. I'm just kind of waiting for this person to get up here while I can, while I got an audience. But yep, I will do that. I'm waiting for her call, so I'm gonna jump off here. But thank you, 3 Dot.
Yeah, because a lot of times, that these videos kind of get strewn out, and
Yeah.
there's so many hours that are involved that that it can get lost. Any kind of breaking stuff.
Yep, I think that's a good idea.
Cut it off. Yeah. All right, peace, bro.
Thank you, appreciate it. I see you. What I'm going to do, I actually am going to take his advice. I'm going to make a cover photo very quickly, and then we're going to go live with the breaking news. Son of a bitch, if I can find it. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Hello.
Hi, Justin.
Hey.
It is Marissa.
Marissa, thank you for joining me. So this is Marissa. We have some great news.
Yes. I'm actually really giddy. I had to pull over. I just received a text message from my aunt. She gave a nice group one to the family that Stockton Police Department has arrested a suspect that they are very, very sure is responsible for all the killings.
They have allegedly, well, they have, they said they couldn't hear it. They have captured this suspect that they believe is the serial killer. And we have our friend here on the phone, and it's just great news. It's great news. This is just breaking. We are just finding this out. This man has taken the serial killer. Yes, this Stockton serial killer. They've just arrested. So it's amazing.
I'm sorry. I hope you guys can hear me okay.
Yeah.
I'm in my truck right now.
Yep,
so
they can hear you now. They can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's loud, so I turned it off.
Yeah. So have you heard anything else? Yes, the Stockton
Not
serial.
yet. I am waiting for my aunt to give me and she said, well, we don't want anybody else to know, which is obviously the fact, but apparently certain other outlets have already found out about 15 minutes ago, and that they haven't actually said, they just said that breaking news, new information regarding the shadow kit, whatever name they gave him,
Right.
they're going to do a conference at 3:00. So hopefully we're going to be able to have a name and a face and.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
I'm so happy, like I could cry right now. It's just,
Of course. I mean, I mean, you guys have suffered tremendously, and this is, it's just crazy. I just happen to be live actually right now, and I see you called me, and she never calls me when I'm live, so I knew it was something. Really.
I had to update because I've kind of, consider you guys my friends now. So,
Of course.
you guys are the first people that I'm speaking with about it, besides obviously my family. But literally, I just found out like 5 minutes before I had texted ICU. So.
Oh my God, that is so great. The Stockton Police Department, they've been working hard. I know they've been working hard. Now, you said a conference is supposed to be at 3 California time, so that would be 6 my time.
Yes, yep, it's going to be a news conference.
Awesome. That's, thank God. I am just in shock and just happy. This, you got to take accountability. And you know what? We're going to learn a lot about this dude now. We're going to learn, who he was, why they, more about all of this, and how many people he has done this to.
The other families, I know the detectives are going to call all of them, and they're probably feeling the exact same way. I happened to just leave my brother's grave and Paul's grave, cleaned it up. Today is the 22nd anniversary of my brother's death. He was killed by a drunk driver when he was 21, and I just got done shining it up and putting
So hold on,
it.
you just left their grave and then got the call?
Yeah, yes. With my dad, we went down there and we did. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Isn't that amazing? You just left their grave and then you leave and then you get a call. That's incredible.
I know. And actually today, I did an interview with, sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional. So I did an interview last night with CBS 13 because their producers were here in California, in Sacramento, actually.
Sure.
And their producers were actually, I declined them for the longest time, and they would text me twice a week, 2 of them. How are you doing? And I'm like, these people are really nice. So finally, I was like, okay, if you guys still want to do an interview, they're like, yes, we do. So that aired this morning. I haven't watched it because I don't want to watch myself on TV. So.
Yeah, I know. I hate to hear my voice.
Yeah. I just said I wanted to get the importance of it out and know that Paul has people that love him and all the other victims' families too, and they asked me about if I thought the Duck Walk killer in Chicago was responsible. I told them no. I said, after reviewing a lot of it, I don't believe so, but, I can't say for sure, but in what I feel, in my opinion, I don't think that it was connected. So
yeah, well,
I'm really curious to see a face, and a name, and I hope that they give it to us at 3.
Oh, listen, they will. They'll give a name. Absolutely, they'll give a name. Yeah.
That's what I'm excited for.
They have to give a name because if he's been arrested, we can find it anyways.
Yes.
So, trust me.
Oh man, yeah. See, now CBS is calling me right now because they all know.
It's gonna be on.
It's crazy, but I'm not. I'm gonna take this moment and just
Celebrate it.
I'm going to take a few. Yes, but I wanted to tell you guys first because you guys were honestly the first strangers really that I've spoke with about it in detail, and you guys have been so awesome, and I really enjoy your podcast. I've been trying to follow when I can, but
I'm almost in tears right now. I just thank God.
I know. I'm still kind of in shock because I didn't think it was going to happen so quickly. I really didn't. I was praying that it would, but sometimes serial killers go on for a year, 2 years, 3. I mean,
what the Golden State Killer? Look at him.
Oh my gosh, I know, right?
He's an old man.
So, well, let's hope that this is the guy. They said that they are pretty much 100% is what my aunt.
Oh yeah, they've got this nailed. This is the guy, in my opinion. This is the guy. Trust me, they're not going to arrest someone unless they can absolutely tie this in multiple ways. If just like Vet Girl just said a few moments ago, if the FBI is involved, they have over a 98% conviction rate. Okay?
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. So I'm sure they've gathered their evidence, and they have to have all of that to make a legit arrest so that it all sticks, right?
Exactly. Oh my Lord.
Well, I don't mean to cut this short.
No, you've got a lot to do. Later this evening, if you have time, if you feel like it, whatever, love to talk to you again. Just after we find this bastard's name and put a face to him, so we can make sure we can start getting the justice system working. So, all right.
Definitely.
Well, thank you, my dear. I appreciate it.
Thank you for everything that you guys have done and getting the information out. And like I said, just being so sweet and so nice and down to earth. I really appreciate it.
God bless you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Oh, my God. That is so great. Okay. All right. I was not expecting that. So, guys, I am going to end this live. We are going to start up another live, and we are going to find out about this Stockton mother chicken. That was her brother, or that was the sister, cousin talking. Marissa, is her name, and just a fabulous soul. I just feel like we're very much kindred spirits, and I think that's how ICU and my team felt talking to her. It was really an honor. So, going to end this. We'll be back momentarily. Love you all. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.